Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Doomer Reviews, where I review a recent climate article and give it a number out of 5 skulls for how realistic it is to the current predicament. Today we're going over the Vice article called Climate Scientists on the Most Shocking Thing They've Seen. It has 5 blurbs, it goes through 5 different people's experiences. One quote, the stark reality of the climate crisis is that most of our world-saving options are slipping away. And I'd like to note that all of our world-saving options have already slipped away. So, first blurb, I never thought I would see what is normally a flooded forest actually be on fire. And that scientist is referring to the Congo peat bog wetlands in Africa that are now dried up and burning. Second quote, there are going to be mass food shortages, and I'd like to point out that there already are. And this article talks about multi-year droughts in Madagascar that are really affecting farmland crop production there. And other places, including Ethiopia, Sudan, and Syria, are already facing those types of mass food shortages, as I've already mentioned. 3, when you walk under a tree in LA heat waves, you see dead birds. And this is referring to heat domes where temperatures have reached up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit, where people are seeing birds that cannot adapt to that heat just dropping dead. 4th blurb, I remember sitting there with coffee in the morning and being like, fuck. And I do that most mornings with a bowl. And this scientist is referring to rain on the top of the Greenland ice sheet. Scientists were left without proper instruments to measure that because it never happened before in recorded history. The 5th blurb, corals didn't die slowly of starvation. They died quickly because they were cooked. And this is referring to coral bleaching off the Great Barrier Reef. Some fun facts about that. It's 2,300 kilometers long, 70 million football fields long. It's a lot of football. At one point, 50% mortality rate of those corals. So 50% of that whole reef died in one period at one point. Cyclone damage is usually 50 to 100 kilometers wide, which is pretty severe. And one storm in 2016 had a damage path that was 700 kilometers wide. So that's a lot of fun little blurbs there. On an ending note, I'd like to give that 4 out of 5 stars, which is good, but it didn't really go as far as to connect the dots about what's happening here. Didn't really mention the E word, mentioned that a lot of species that are definitely help our, mass food production system grow and function the way it does are dying out, and that's going to dramatically affect human beings' ability to produce food. So I don't, people are talking about humans being here, not being here in 10 years, and I'm saying more like, 3 to 5. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like this and share. Send it to your Doomer friends. Have a great day, everybody.